Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing Coffee Addicts 1 from VulnHub. I rate this box about a solid easy, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so we'll start by spinning our terminals here. I already have them split, so I'm going to start by running a net discover minus r 10.0.0.1/24/i/0. We do get the IP of the box, 10.0.0.88, so I'm going to start by running mmap scan, so I'll do mmap minus sc for default scripts, minus sv for numeration, and it will scan all ports on the IP. Doing this, we can wait for the map scan. We could also run a banner grab. But we're going to start by using the IP address. Before doing that, I'm going to go to my preferences, go to my history, and clear my history. It is telling us to add Coffee Addicts THM to our /etc host. So I'm going to VI into /etc host. I'm going to add that. I'm going to do 10.0.0.88. And we can just add that, or add this. I'm going to take off this. We'll also take off that. So I'm just going to right quit. Looking at our ports, we have port 22 open for SSH, port 80 for HTTP. We do come across this, right? I'm going to do Control U to view the source code. It does seem like we do have a Bitcoin address. So I'm going to start by doing some enumeration. So I'm going to go buster. So I'm going to go buster dir mode minus u HTTP. We'll do minus w for user share word list. We'll do dir buster / directory list 2.3 medium.txt. We'll specify the extensions as HTML, TXT, and also PHP. I'll add it to HTTPs. We do have an index.html. And we also do have a WordPress, so it does seem like this is going to be running WordPress. Coming across here, it does seem like we just do get a little peep in coffee. We do have a staff for Gus. We could use WP scan to enumerate for users. Just doing manual enumeration, we do see that a staff is for Gus. We copy this and go to like WP content or WP login.php and look for Gus, and we do have like password. If we do password, you do see that the password answer for the username for Gus is incorrect. So that means the user Gus is valid on the WordPress site, right? Going here, let's see if we can find some. Comments. Here it is telling us if that is your password. It does seem like this is the password, so I'm just going to copy this. We're going to copy this. I'm just going to put this in a whole string. And if it's not a string, then I'll just put this in spaces, right? But it does seem like we do get long successful rate. So I'm going to go to appearance. We'll go to plugins. We'll go to add new. We'll go to upload a plugin. And here we can actually browse for a plugin. So I'm going to go to my I'm cd back. I'm going to go into my documents. We'll go into malicious WordPress plugin. Doing this, we'll just start Python 3 for word pwn.py. In this case, I'm going to add a parameter. So I'm just going to add my localhost. I'm going to do 127.0.1. And I'm going to just do this on 555 and we'll start a handler, right? All I want this tool for us to do is actually generate the plugin, which is going to be the malicious.zip. I did generate the payload size with 1503 bytes. So I'm going to go to my files. We'll go to documents. We'll go to malicious. I just want to edit the malicious.zip. So we'll go to wetwork maybe_maybe.php. So I'm going to cat /op shells. We'll go to WordPress shell.php. We'll copy this. We'll edit this. We'll just press enter on that so we can save this. We can update this file. So now we can go to browse. We'll go to documents. We'll go to malicious WordPress plugin. We'll go to malicious.zip. Go to install now. Activate the plugin. And you do see that this is activated now, right? So we can go to plugin editor. We'll go to Gotham. And you do see that we do have the parameter for CMD, right? So I'm just going to copy this, go under WP, plugins are stored under WP content. And I think it was under plugins. It does seem like it's a valid path, so we're going to go under malicious and wet work maybe .php, right? Doing this, I'm going to go to CMD, is equal to ls, and we do get the list of files, right? So I'm going to do control U to view the source code. I'm going to do ID, and we are dub data, right? Anytime I do have code execution, I like saying this within burp. I'm going to take off the view source so I can actually intercept this request. So take that off, go to proxy options, specific address. I'm press enter on this. It does seem like this was intercepted, so I'm going to go to my burp, send this to repeater, change the request method to a post. We can send this, and we are dub data, right? So I'm going to go to payload, payload all. I'm going to go to payload all the things. We'll just go to like rev shell. I'm gonna just do bash for this. I'm just gonna copy this. Put this within burp. So we do know that my IP is 10.0.069. We'll do this on port 4444. We'll do control U to URL encode this. So I'm gonna do all wrap nacap my sound VP on 9001, or this is on port 4444, right? Yeah, so we can send this. It doesn't seem like we do get a shell, so I'm just gonna. For WordPress, I like going to pentest. I think it was pentest monkey rev shell. I like using the /temp, which is this one right here. This is the one I usually use for WordPress. It usually gives me a shell all the time, so I'm gonna do 10.0.069. And we do have 4444, so I'm just gonna URL encode this. Send the request. It does seem like it was sent. And we do get a shell, right? So we can do ID, and we are www data, right? So my export term is equal to X term. Clear this. I'm just going to leave this in a bin/sh shell because it is kind of weird when I do spawn a T2Y. So I'm going to go to cd/home ls. We do have a bad byte. We'll do ls-le. It does seem like we do have a .ssh file or a directory. We'll cat the ID _RSA. We'll see who this is run by. So this is owned by root, so this can probably be the private key for root, and the public key is on the root directory, right, under /root. So I'm just gonna cat this out. I'm just gonna copy this whole file. Copy this into our machine. So I'm gonna VI into ID _RSA, which is gonna be our private key. I'm gonna right quit out of this. Next we're gonna be using is user share John, so we can actually turn this into a SSH to John, right? The reason I'm saying that is because if we do chmod 700 for ID _RSA, we do SSH into root at 10.0.088 for the private key. You do see that this is asking for a passphrase. We don't know the passphrase, so we're going to use SSH to John, right? So we're going to do /user share John, SSH to John. We can specify the hash, right? So it's going to be ID _RSA. If you press enter on this, you do see that it's asking for the private key, which we do have a private key, right? We're going to do ID _RSA. And you do see that this turns it to a John format, right? So John can crack this hash. So we'll just do ID _RSA, and we'll just output this to like a hash.txt, right? We'll just cat the hash.txt. And now we do have our hash, right? So I'm gonna use John ---- word list. It's equal to the user share word list rocky.txt, and we'll specify hash.txt. Doing this, if we do get a password for ID _RSA, which is password, so we can actually use a password reuse on this. First things first, I'm going to switch users to root. I'm actually just going to SSH since we're not on a terminal here, so I'm going to do root. I'm going to SSH into root at 10.0.0.88. We'll do ID underscore RSA. We do a password. I'm going to type in password for the root password and see if that's what it is. And it doesn't seem like we do have a password, right? We also did have a user as badbyte, so I'm going to SSH it as badbyte. So I'm going to SSH as badbyte at 10.0.0.88. And we do get a long successful, right? So I'm going to check my IDs. I'm going to do sudo -l. We do know that the password was password. So it does seem like we can run a shell under this. Let's cat this out and see what this is. It does seem like it's probably just a shell. So it does seem like this is going to be a restricted shell from this. So we do run shell, we do ID, we are still under bad byte. We'll do like let's run this in shell with privilege mode. We'll do ID. We're still under that. We'll do sudo -l. Let's actually run this with root privileges. So we'll do sudo -u for the root. We'll run this as root. We do ID. Now we are under root, right? We do alice -la. It doesn't seem like we can actually get out of our bad byte, right? So I'm gonna import OS or start a Python 3, right? We'll do import OS. We'll do os.system. We'll run a /bin/bash. We do ID, and now we are under root, right? So we'll cd into root, and we can cat our root.txt. Well, guys, that's pretty much in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.